Most marketing agencies are literally stealing your money, and you're letting them get away with it because you don't know what you're actually looking for. So, hi, my name is Liam. I am a developer for the last decade or so. I raised about $500,000 for my first startup. I've hired over 100 people, and I actually do some of the crazy stuff you see online. Like, I wake up at 4 in the morning every day. I like working every day. Crazy. So, in a past life, I was one of the best rowers in the world, and I like to carry that sort of discipline in helping other people make more money, primarily with code. So, I've worked with a lot of the big names like Make a Wish and some celebrities. So, today, what we're going to do is I saw a Reddit post that is since, like, we can look at it right now. It's since been removed, but I can tell you the essence of it, and then I just like recreated it. So you can use this scorecard to actually see whether or not you are making the appropriate amount of money or you're getting charged correctly, right? If these people are doing the right job for you. So here's your marketing agency scorecard. So you can check this out for yourself if you are working with a marketing agency. Most people are, or many people are anyway. You can go to demo.nova.codes/agency scorecard. But I do want to shout out Middle Lavishness for the inspiration. So you can click, let's say the agency that I'm working with is, sure, Apex Digital Marketing. Let's start our assessment. So I'm just going to run through this as if I was working with an agency right now. Do you directly access your own ad accounts? And you can also see here, like, I think it's important for you to understand why this matters. So this is like much more of an educational website, right, than some of the other ones that I put together where it's more automation based. So you should always have your own ad accounts, right? If the agency owns them, you lose all your historical data and you're in a harder position, right? Good ad agencies will give you, like, you'll have your own credit card and this type of stuff on here. So say yes is the answer. Do I own my own domain and this type of stuff? Let's say the answer is no. Can you see exactly how your ad budget is being spent, not total amounts? Oftentimes you'll just get billed for the total amount or something like this. Let's say the answer is no. We can click next. For reporting and communication, do they provide monthly performance reports with clear KPIs? So not just vanity metrics. It's like, why does this matter, right? Reports should show metrics directly tied to revenue, right? If you're paying for marketing, you should also see how much money you're making. So leads, cost per lead, conversions, ROAS, right? Not just impressions or clicks, right? Sometimes, let's say it's like if you're not getting a strong return on ad spend, but they want to mask the amount of money, like make it still feel good, like subpar results, they may show you like impressions or clicks or this type of thing and say like, wow, look at all the clicks that we got. So let's say I am not getting that. For do you have a dedicated point of contact and not a rotating team? So consistency means someone who is running your ads knows your actual business, right? But if you're seeing a lot of churn and you're seeing like your account, the account executive on their team is like constantly changing, that can be a really strong sign. It's like, okay, what's going on inside of the business, right? So let's say in this case, I do have a dedicated point of contact. And then are they providing like are they proactively communicating strategy changes before implementing them? So a good agency will like discuss changes with you, right? And see what makes the most sense because ultimately you know your business better than anyone else, right? So let's say these guys are doing that. Okay, so strategy and results. So um, can they clearly explain their strategies for a specific business or market? Um, it's important to be niche down, right? Because if someone has run Google ads for only e-commerce companies and suddenly you're a SaaS company, right? There's a way worse chance that they're going to do a good job with your business, right? And I mean, this is like marketing is um, the first thing that a lot of people will see about your business. So it's really important to get it right. So let's say that these people do. Have they demonstrated measurable ROAS over the last 3 months? Um, yeah, so I mean, past performance is going to be kind of like the key um, indicator whether or not they are going to continue to make you money, right? So let's say in this case, no, they are not. And then let's say, do they conduct competitive analysis and adjust the strategy accordingly, right? So it's really important to look at the other ads in your niche, whether you're doing Google, whether you're doing Facebook, Instagram, etc., and see what's working well, right? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of eyeballs out there and a lot of money to be made. So you can see strategies and then make changes based on them, right? Let's say they are doing this. Almost done. So can you pause your contract with 30 days lesser notice? We often see with certain marketing companies is they want you to be on like a 3-month retainer, right? And then if they're not good, they will just churn out of that initial 3-month retainer with clients, and that sucks. So um, let's say in this case I cannot. And then what is the fee structure, right? So this should be settled, but if this is not true for you, it's like a ridiculously strong signal that that you need to really consider what's going on with your marketing. So are they using appropriate traction or attribution tools to connect marketing spend to actual value? And like another one in this, right? Like, are they regularly doing A/B testing on your ads? Right now, I'll give you an example. Like, so Meta has changed. So Meta being Facebook and Instagram has changed the way that their internal systems work a ton over the last 2 years. In the past, lead lists were really important, this sort of stuff. Now, creative is the most important piece. So you can ask them, how many pieces of ad creative are you testing on a weekly basis, right? If the answer is 1 to 2 compared to 10 to 20, it's a really clear indication that you're not really getting the value. So let's say these guys are not. Let's say they do have appropriate tracking. And then are they, yeah, so this is the key, right? Are they leveraging current platforms and tools and not just running the same playbook from 3 years ago? Let's say these guys did not, right? So we can see the final score from this. So these guys are not a good agency. They're really not being transparent, right? Their billing and their contracts is messed up. Their innovation is not good. These guys are really struggling, and a great agency would have all of this covered for you. So again, I am not a marketing agency. I'm not selling marketing services, but I do like to make sure when I am working with a company that you have your front end figured out. We can automate a lot of this stuff on the back end or within like the marketing, but if like at its core the agency that you're working with is not providing the results that you need, none of it matters anyway. So like I said, my name is Liam. If you're doing $25,000 or more on a monthly basis, I'm happy to give you even more free stuff. So you can check out this scorecard in the description below, but you'll also see another link there which will talk you through basically getting $3,000 to $5,000 of free custom software development totally on me. So check out that link in the description, and otherwise I will see you in the next video. Later.